From your local election headquarters, this is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Welcome back to Big Country Politics. We are here with Robert Hanna. We previously were talking about downtown, all of the developments with the hotel and other changes that are happening and yet to happen. But there's more happening all across the city of Abilene. We've got plenty of stuff going on. Things like the street maintenance fee is certainly one that was talked about quite a bit leading up to it. And here we are, we've already seen those projects beginning. What's our status with the street maintenance fee now?
So the street maintenance fee, we've had basically 1 year of collections, and now we're busy spending those dollars. And a number of folks, like the Nextdoor app and sometimes on Facebook, people will say, hey, I've been paying for this for 6 months now, but I haven't seen my street improved. And some of that's just people being people, but I hope we all recognize that you can't spend what you don't have. And we intentionally set aside this first year to collect revenue to be able to spend it. And now we're doing that. So one of the first projects we're doing in partnership with the DCOA is Ridgemont Drive. And people have said, why are we doing Ridgemont Drive? Well, we're doing Ridgemont Drive, one, because it's at a stage where if we don't address it now, it'll be 3 to 4 times more expensive to come back and reconstruct it. It's in the process of failing. And two, TxDOT's about to blow Buffalo Gap up. And we're going to have a good road surface to get into and out of the mall, because people are going to purposely and intentionally avoid Buffalo Gap. So we wanted to get this done ahead of TxDOT's schedule for that portion of the Buffalo Gap corridor. So what are we doing? All the intersections are going to be concrete, right? That'll help with stormwater, help with longevity, turning radiuses to destroy pavement. We're also working in conjunction with the mall to potentially add another entrance for them that'll ultimately be a signaled intersection for them on that side to help with better traffic management and traffic flow. So that project is underway. We're doing some intersection improvements ourselves, or minor valley gutter improvements. Basically, we're cutting on asphalt and putting concrete in where the water is destroying our asphalt. We're not doing the entire intersections with asphalt or concrete because, frankly, that's tens of millions of dollars for the number of intersections we're doing. But we're just trying to make them more sustainable over time and keep that asphalt in as good a condition as long as we can. We are taking to the board here very recently, the Citizens Board, I think in a week or two, maybe even this week, I forget, a list of projects for 2020, okay? One of which I'm asking the board to accelerate is Sales Boulevard. And so in my time here, one of the streets that gets complained about the most, other than Ambler, which is now, I think, a great surface to drive on, is Sales Boulevard. I'm talking about the section there in front of Cooper as it turns into industrial. You could lose a molar driving that road. It's so bad. And recognize that. We want to get it fixed. And so we're asking, it's about a $4 million project. We're asking that the board accelerate that. We have some additional money through the bond program because we saved some dollars in the 2015 road maintenance program that I want to apply to that program. So we're asking for input, take it to council, see if they say yes, but my hope is that in 2020 you'll see Sales Boulevard. Combined with the street revenue, plus the bond stuff, plus the things that DCOA are helping us with, we've got like $20 to $23 million of the road projects in fiscal year 2020. That's huge. It's a massive undertaking. My staff is concerned they're going to be able to get them all. I'm not beating them, but I'm certainly pushing hard that we accomplish this. I think the citizens have done their part. We must now do ours and deliver.
And all those projects you've mentioned, those are all related to street maintenance fee?
They're all, certainly the DCOA projects are, the valley improvements are. There's a list of other streets that we're doing that you can find online that are tied directly to the street maintenance fee. But we're also, of that $20 and $23 million, I do have bond money wrapped into that, probably about $7 million total in bond revenue.
Now, another project that's been going on for not quite as long, although really we've been in discussion about it for a while, and it's equally as all-encompassing as the street, are the water meters. We are now in the middle of that project as well.
Yes, we are in the middle of that project. And last time I looked, we're like 5 to 7% through the installation of these water meters, which is, we're making good progress by our contractor, Petrovalve, is really doing a good job. So the water meters are going to be more accurate because of just how they're designed, how they're built, how they measure the quantity of water that flows to the meter. Some customers may see an increase in the bill. If you do, it means you'll be getting a good value for a number of years because we haven't been charging you for your full cost of service. If you get less, then you have not been getting a good deal. I do not anticipate many, if any, customers paying less on their water bill because of these meters. I will say this, by properly accounting for and collecting for water consumption in this community, we will delay the need for future water rate increases because we're accurately counting and accurately collecting what we're producing and what customers are using. That's the name of the game. There have been concerns and conspiracy theories about how the city of Abilene doesn't read their water meters and they just guesstimate everything. No, that's true. We have water meter readers that are out there that read the meters, physically read the meters every month. There are meters that get estimated for whatever reason. Either the meter can't be read because it's full of water, or there's a car parked over it. You know, things happen. We have a process in place where we're supposed to read the meter. If they have to estimate it, there's a set amount of time they have to go back and reread the meter. The complaints I see on Facebook and Nextdoor about this stuff, typically they said, I didn't see them read my meter, there's no way they read it. We go back and no, we read it, and we went out and reread it again just to double check and confirm, and there's only been, you know, a couple hundred gallons of consumption, or maybe 1,000 gallons or two of consumption from the last read, which means the read was good. They actually read it. You don't know what you're looking at when they do that, so you may not understand exactly how that process works. But we're not in the business of ripping people off. We're in business of providing a service. The citizens of Abilene, I think, deserve good service, and I think the city employees of Abilene work hard to make sure that service is delivered well.
So the final project, and this one's in its infancy stages now, and we've got just enough time to gloss over this one as we finish up our segment here, is the Cedar Creek project. That's beginning to take off, that we're starting to see a little bit more development happening there.
Sure. So this is the last part of the bond, 2015 bond, that really has been the slowest to materialize. And that's in large part because we're having to work with AEP, we're having to work with the Union Pacific Railroad, and it's more UP Railroad than AEP. And we have some TxDOT right away we need to acquire too. So we spent the last 4 years really working with the railroad to try to get us to a point where we can own the right-of-way or have an easement underneath that trestle bridge to put our canopy structure for the walking trail that they're requiring. And we have, council authorized me to purchase 18.46 acres a couple meetings back. We're in the process of getting that done. We're in the due diligence period now on that. Once that's purchased, we believe strongly we'll be able to get our easement underneath the trestle, be able to build a canopy structure, and we'll actually be able to conclude our purchase of the AEP property and the small little bit of TxDOT land we need. And that's just an easement, and we think that can be handled very quickly. Once we have that, we've assembled all the tracks we need for the walking trail, and we can move forward with making that really a really nice space for the community. The Cedar Creek waterway advocates, the folks that are working on that from a citizen standpoint, they've really created a wonderful master plan and a master vision for this whole creek system and trail system. And while the bond that was issued can be used for some of that land acquisition, it really wasn't envisioned, and it's not enough, frankly, to do the whole vision they would like to do. So I do see this as the first component in a much larger system that they will seek to find private funds, and probably also additional bond monies. We'll have to go through voter approval for that. But bottom line, this is a great amenity. It's exactly the type of quality of life amenity that the public has been clamoring for. Any great city in America has a wonderful trails system, and this is the first start of Abilene's.
Well, certainly another project to keep an eye on as we move forward, and it's one that is certainly going to be a fun one to keep track of.
It's a great opportunity.
Well, Robert, I want to thank you once again for meeting with us and sitting down with us and getting us all up to speed on all of these projects we've got going on downtown and beyond. We're going to take another break, and KTAB's Big Country Politics will return after this.